Hey guys, welcome back to the Movie Chick's Bedtime Reviews. I'm Krisily Kennedy and welcome to my bedroom. As you can see, I got my buddy Dozer here with me. He's going to talk movies with me this week. It's been so much fun talking movies with you guys and having Sabina as a guest. This week we will be talking about Money Monster, and the reason it is so late, usually we try to get these out on Monday or Tuesday mornings, but this week we had to wait because of the embargo on the film from the studio. So let's get into Money Monster. So the film is directed by Jodie Foster. It stars pretty great cast. We have George Clooney and Julia Roberts, who I don't think you can go wrong with. Jack O'Connell, who you saw in Unbroken. Giancarlo Esposito, who is a voice actor in The Jungle Book, and he's been in, everything. Dominic West from 300, and Catriona Balfe, who I'm probably butchering her name, and I'm sorry if I am, but I'm obsessed with her. She's in Outlander. You guys need to have stars if you don't, and you need to watch Outlander. If you love period stuff, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, Outlander is amazing, and I feel like people that would like Game of Thrones would like that. Okay, so I'm digressing because I was so excited to see her, and I needed you guys to know how obsessed with Outlander I am. The film has 5 writers. Jamie Linden is one of them. He was one of the writers on We Are Marshall. So that's the kind of caliber you have going into this movie, which I think all is amazing. It's rated R, and it's about an hour and 40 minutes. So nice short runtime. IMDb.com is calling it a crime/drama/thriller. And I agree with pretty much all of that, which, sometimes they get it really wrong. And I agree with all of that. Basically, the story is about Lee Gates, who's played by George Clooney. He's a financial advisor on TV on a network similar to CNN. But he's if you think of all the financial advisors on CNN and you mix them with Flava Flav, that's who Lee Gates is. Takes his job seriously, no doubt, gives good stock tips, definitely a time slot that people watch, but he definitely has the Flava Flav aspect. He sings, he dances, he's got backup dancers, he is very brutally honest, but if he was on air, I would definitely watch him, because he's just really fun, and he calls it like he sees it, but he gives stock tips during his show, and if you invest and somebody gives you a bad tip, you're going to get mad, right? Yeah, I think so. His producer is Patty, played by Julia Roberts, and she's kind of the person that tells him what to do and reins him in, which he needs a lot of. And he has this daily show where he gives all this advice, and we come into a live episode where he's going to tape, and a very unhappy investor who took his advice comes in and basically holds him hostage. So he gave advice on this stock that he said you couldn't go wrong with, and a lot of people invested in it, and they had this software with algorithms, and it couldn't go wrong, and everything was going to be amazing, and there was a glitch in the software, and $800 million was gone like that. So needless to say, a lot of people weren't happy, including this guy who comes in and decides to bring a bomb and a gun into the studio on live national television, which of course they have to air because now it's a hostage situation, and if they don't air him live, he's going to kill Lee Gates, George Clooney. Nobody wants to see that. There's also a subplot going on. Patty has decided to leave the show and go on to another show. So this is her last day, I believe, or I don't know if they say it's her last day, but we know that she's leaving. So that's kind of the subplot going on in the show, in the movie. I think it was done really well. I think this is a fun movie. It's fast paced. They're giving you information. They're not leaving you out of the loop of anything, but they're not dumbing it down either to make you feel like you need your ABCs retaught to you, which I appreciate. I thought that they did a really good job of giving you the information and keeping you entertained without ever there being these moments where you're like, oh, I wish this would just hurry up. We get it. They give it to you. They give you the information, and you're told it a couple times. But it just, I think, only ups the ante of the stakes, and the stakes are high, obviously. What I also think that was really interesting is from watching the film, I felt that it kind of showed me anyway how just digitally handicapped we are. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's how I feel. We live in a world where technology is everywhere, and when tragedies like this strike, it is plastered all over the news on every channel, and our lives stop because we're glued to the TVs watching to see what's going to happen next. And in real life, it's not a movie. We're watching these things unfold on CNN and on the news networks of horrible hostage situations, and we're glued in and we can't stop watching. And they did a really good job of showing that and how that's exactly what happens. And I thought that was really interesting, and I thought that was smart of the filmmakers to do, and I thought it was kind of a wake-up call, hopefully, to all of us that we are doing something that's probably not right. Like, we watch a movie and it's entertaining and that's fine, but when these real life things hit, I'm not saying don't tell people because we need to know, but do we need to glorify the situation? And I think sometimes that's what's happened is it glorifies it. And I think this movie is really smart in the way that they show that. The one thing that I could see people not liking or not enjoying is that when there's these moments of tension where the stakes are high, and it's that moment where you as an audience member kind of holds your breath and it's like, what's going to happen next? They throw in a joke. And I think it lightens the situation. I think it was done fine. I think it was really funny. I think there were those moments and I laughed. There was never a joke at those moments that I was like, oh, poor taste, that shouldn't have worked. They all worked fine and well. But if you wanted it to be a thriller, then maybe those moments taken out would have made the stakes a little higher, and would have made some audience members enjoy it a little bit more. Not to say that you're not going to enjoy it, because you are. Like I said, this is a really entertaining popcorn flick. I want my parents to go see it. I want my friends to go see it. It was really fun. I was completely entertained. The acting is great. I really liked the story. I thought it was really interesting. Kind of scared me a little bit, to be honest, that now somebody's going to think that this is a good idea to go do, which I hope doesn't happen. So that was a little bit kind of scary and think moment. But outside of that, I think this is a movie that everybody will enjoy. It's rated R, so don't take your kids. Not that I think you would, but it is rated R. But I really think that this is a really fun movie, and I think it was done really well. And it's entertaining, and there's never a moment where I felt bored or felt not interested in what was happening. I feel like they did a really good job of fleshing out the characters enough that you are interested and invested in them. I would have liked to see a little bit more about George Clooney's character. There's a lot of talk about what kind of person he is, and it's done really well with dialogue through other characters, but I would have liked a little bit more of that. I would have liked him to be a little bit more humanized. I think that would have been really interesting, and I think would have made the stakes even higher. But I don't think that it was done poorly, and I don't think that they didn't do a good job of it. So I'm okay with what was there. But if I had to give any criticism, it would be that I would have liked that character fleshed out a little bit more. You do get a little bit more of Julia Roberts' character, and I would have liked to see that a little bit more from George Clooney's character, especially with the character arc and with what happens and what changes and how the film ends. I just think it would have made it a little bit more interesting. I think if I had to give this film 1 out of 10, I would give it a solid 8.5. Because it was fun, I was entertained, and it took my mind off everything else going in my life, which is exactly what we want when we go to the theaters. I think that this movie will do well, hopefully, that you guys all go and check it out. I think that there'll be some critics who will bash it and pull it apart, and I say nay on you, because if you're looking for a movie to go out on a Friday night with your friends and have a good time, this is definitely one of those movies. But if you're looking for a straight up thriller, you may be disappointed because it doesn't have those hold your breath moments that it could have. Don't get me wrong, there were those moments where I was holding my breath, and I think more than once I was like, but it was okay. We made it through it. It was good. But I do say that if you're looking for, like I said, you're looking for a straight out thriller, you may be a little bit disappointed, but go in and have fun with this because that's what it was made for. Don't think I missed anything. I told you about the movie. I told you what I liked. I told you what I didn't like. Cast is great. Jodie Foster as a director is great. Story, amazing. So I think that I will definitely recommend this film. So I know what you guys are doing this weekend. You're going to see Money Monster. Thank you guys again for tuning in to another bedtime review and joining me in my bedroom with my boy Dozer. He is clearly completely bored by me, and I hope that you are not. I will see you guys next week. Won't tell you what movie I'm going to talk about because you have to tune in. You guys can follow us on social media at the Movie Chickk, 2Ks, just like me. You can follow me personally everywhere at Krisily. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. If you like these videos, share them, tell your friends, tweet them out, make them watch it too. The more you guys watch and comment and like, the more videos I will do. And if you want me to review a certain movie, you want to know about it, let me know. Tell me in the comment section below. I've been trying to talk back to you guys, so yell at me if I don't. Again, Krisily Kennedy, and I'll see you guys next week on the Movie Chick's Bedtime Review. Bye. Say bye, Dozer. Bye, Dozer.